Alternative asset manager Forum Equity Partners has invested $200 million into a wind power leasing company in the States. We just talked to them. It's United Wind. Now, this is the Forum's third investment in the renewable power space. The CEO, Richard Abboud, says the investments are as much about trying to do the right thing with capital as it is about returns. He says, though, those returns, the profits, are nothing to sneeze at. He joins us now for a look at his renewables portfolio. Richard, great to see you.
Great to see you too, Andrew. Thanks for having me.
So you have your background's in real estate, but you founded Forum Equity Partners, managing something like $2 billion now?
Yes, our AUM is approximately $1 billion with assets in real estate, infrastructure, and now renewables. Our renewables, including new commitments, total about $300 million.
Sorry, I overstated it. Yeah, not quite $2 billion, but growing.
Yes.
And so who backs you? Do you have big pension funds behind you, or how does that work?
Yeah, so we invest our balance sheet along with institutional partners.
Okay, when you say invest your balance sheet, you put up equity capital.
Yes, we do.
Right,
yes.
Okay. So tell us, before we get to the renewables, tell us about traditional investments you have.
Yes, so non-renewable investments. So we have a real estate portfolio, some office, some residential rentals, some retail. Infrastructure, we're a public-private partnership developer. So for those people who are familiar with the Island Airport here, the Billy Bishop Airport, the Port Authority, Ports Toronto, wanted a private sector partner to build the pedestrian tunnel under the lake. And so we're the developer and private sector partner for the Ports Toronto organization, and we've done that with various organizations across the country and have a portfolio that ranges from art centers to prisons to social housing, student housing.
Wow, you've helped build a prison?
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
Where was that?
Gated community. We have one in Windsor and one in Surrey.
Wow, high security or
no.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen, let's talk about renewables. Tell us that you have 3 investments right now in your renewables portfolio.
Yes, our first one was here in Ontario, a residential solar investment program where we acquire projects that are installed on homes right here in Ontario, providing consumers with the opportunity to have solar on their rooftop, receive payments each year, but not make an investment of capital. So it's quite similar to what we're doing with United Wind in many ways. Our second investment is supporting a company called OneGrid in their development of transmission projects, HVDC transmission projects.
High voltage lines.
Yes, exactly, across North America. So this is early stage development capital to pursue merchant development of transmission lines.
And the idea there is arbitraging power from where it's low cost, selling it into a market where it's high cost?
Exactly. Coming from upstate New York to Manhattan, for instance, is one project that we're evolving. Empire State Connector is what it's called.
Because we've heard that as the grid moves more towards renewables, major changes will have to be made in the distribution system.
Oh, absolutely, there's no question at all. We're seeing some difficulty in distribution companies throughout Europe where renewables have been much more prolific. We expect to see significant changes and see real opportunity in that.
And then you invested $200 million in this United Wind, which is rolling out small-scale wind applications, wind generators, turbines, for farms and homes even in the States.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so we see it as a very attractive investment. United Wind provides a wind lease program so that farm owners and operators can benefit from the efficiency of wind without having to deploy any capital. So they reduce their utility costs and they green their community as well. So we're quite excited about it. A very entrepreneurial and dynamic management team, first mover advantage. We hope to see some very significant growth, and we've seen them very successfully put their initial sales to work and initial volume to work. So we're quite excited about the investment in the team at United Wind.
Because one of the big factors in lifting renewables over the past few years has been availability of capital. It's coming into the space now.
Absolutely. It is absent in a couple of areas. It's a little lighter on the pre-notice to proceed. Before a project breaks ground, there's a little less capital there. That's a sector we've also chosen, and we're getting started in the United States, in particular, providing development capital to developers prior to groundbreaking or notice to proceed, where capital is a little more scarce and they need a little bit of development and capital support to kick the project off.
Is there any danger too much money will come into the space and push down returns?
Yeah, I suppose that will likely happen at some point. No question. We'll have to choose appropriate niches within the space at the time to ensure we keep our return levels at the right level. But
Richard will be watching closely. Thanks very much.
thank you, Andrew.
Richard Abboud has been our guest. He's founder and CEO at Forum Equity Partners.